Okay, so I would like to speak about um, this video that Marcus Rogers put out last night about this whole Daystar thing. And I don't know how to express it in words. I can only give you what I feel in the body is nausea with this guy, and what I feel in the spirit is darkness. There should not be one person on this internet listening to this guy. He is in what is called demonic delusion or demonic deception, and he can't see the truth. He can't see the truth, and yet he wants to call himself a prophet and the watchman on the wall. He is delirious. As a matter of fact, in medical terms, this guy can actually be in psychosis because he's out of touch with reality. And he's dangerous to people out here. He's actually endorsing warlocks and helping them to use demonic powers on you. Well, he's using demonic powers also on you. I want to stick with this Daystar stuff. He came out immediately last night after they released that report saying how, of course, he was right. The only thing he was concerned about was vindicating himself the same way he did with his fake Trump prophecy. So all he was concerned about was vindicating himself. He did not care about the people that were hurt. And as usual, he is siding on the side of darkness. He is siding with the abusers. And in his sick mind, he is seeing the abusers as the victims. So, of course, he was out here, and he was the only one who interviewed both Johnny and Susie Lamb and also Joni Lamb. He's the only one who saw all the inside um, printouts of text messages, and they had a book this big. And he's the only one who really knew the truth. He knew absolutely nothing. Let's take a listen to the truth. And I don't think Shane would have a problem with me playing this because it is for the truth.
Breaking it here first, I just got done speaking with Jonathan and Susie Lamb. There is an update in the case regarding Pete at Daystar and the alleged child SA. Now, I will tell you that Daystar is going to run with this. I can almost guarantee it. They're going to post it, and we'll see. I hope that this is not true, but I believe that they are going to post that they were victorious, that God fought for them, that they were cleared. You know, I'm not saying I'm a prophet. I'm just looking at all of the practicals, the way they've acted so far. And if I were a gambling man, I would just bet that they are going to try to use this new update to say that, they're innocent and all these other things. So we'll see, but I'm breaking it here first. The update is that the case has been temporarily closed. Now, why is the case closed? For the same exact reason as we explained months ago. Until the child can identify the suspect, the case is at a standstill. And so the department and the county and the courts, they're not going to leave the case open for years and years and years and years until there is a new development. So today, Jonathan and Susie met with the detective in their case, and he told them, this does not exonerate Pete, right? This is not an admission of innocence or guilt. All we're doing is saying, hey, the case is at a standstill, and so we're going to close it for now. The moment that the little girl speaks up, the case will be reopened, and we can proceed as usual. So If you hear anything other than that, you can know that it's not true. I'm telling you first, I just got done messaging with them and exchanging voice memos. So just know, case being closed, it's a legal formality. It's just what you do when a case is at a standstill. So don't believe anything if people say, see, they were lying, or see.
And that's exactly what Marcus Rogers did. That he came out once again and he attacked the victims. And he sided with the devil. He has no discernment, as I said. He has no discernment. I want you all to look at the facts, and then I would pray that you all would turn away from Marcus Rogers and get out of there. I want you all to look at the facts. Joni Lamb has done her best to try to destroy her own child because he would not support her adulterous marriage to her husband, Doug. So both he and his wife, both he and Susie were working at Daystar. She fired both of them because they would not support publicly, they would not publicly support her adulterous marriage. And if you remember when this story first broke, Johnny and Susie Lamb had to leave their own home and go to an undisclosed location because the firm, which is his mother, was sending people to their house who were stalking them and intimidating them. His own mother was doing this. Not to mention, she sided with the person who essayed her own granddaughter. So Marcus Rogers wanted to read that this guy passed 2 polygraph tests. Well, I can tell you, if you are such a psychopath that you would essay a child, there's no doubt you can pass a polygraph. There's no doubt. These people don't have any consciences. And the polygraph measures any kind of emotional stimuli during the test. Usually when people lie, their heart beats faster, they start breathing faster, they start fidgeting. These people that have no conscience, they can beat a polygraph test without blinking an eye. So that means nothing, and that's why these polygraph tests are not admissible in court. They can't be used as evidence. So Marcus Rogers actually went and interviewed Jonathan and Susie Lamb. Susie Lamb also came out and said she was essayed by this chiropractor dude that the mother-in-law hired at Daystar, and she was not the only one. Others have come out and said that they also were essayed. And what did Marcus Rogers do? He called her Potiphar's wife, saying that she was lying about being essayed. This is what kind of callous heart and a zero brain capacity this guy has. I don't know of anyone who has heard their story who doesn't believe them. And when you actually can see in spirit, you can see that they're telling the truth. So Joni Lamb was actually dating this guy while he was still married. Of course, she said no, she wasn't, and they weren't intimate while he was still married. But of course, everybody knows that's a lie. So she was dating this guy while he was still married. He left his wife of 20 or 30 years to marry this Jezebel. And she tried to destroy her own son because he would not publicly support this adulterous marriage. He was supposed to be the CEO of that company after his father left, and she just knocked him down, pushed him out, and took over everything. And what do you know about this woman's character? Well, the fact that she could not protect her grandchild, that didn't matter. Her grandchild didn't matter. Her son didn't matter. She threw him out of the company. He's not getting paid anymore. His wife is not getting paid anymore. She sent people to their house to frighten them. His mother did that. This is who Marcus Rogers is defending. That these people had to pick up their lives as if losing their jobs at the company wasn't disruptive to their lives enough. As if their own mother doing this wasn't disruptive enough. Now there's people, strange people, going to their house, being sent there by their mother, that they had to leave their own house and go to an undisclosed location. This is who Marcus Rogers is attacking, is Jonathan and Susie Lamb. This is what deception of the devil looks like. These people can't see the truth. They don't know the truth. And they will always fall on the side of darkness. And this is Marcus Rogers in a nutshell. Yet the devil has him believing that he's a prophet of the Most High God and he's a watchman on the wall. It's an absolute joke. And birds of a feather flock together. So you know what Bendigo Lufiel is doing and what he's like also. Because light has no association with darkness. That is another thing about the Jezebel's character. Everyone she has on Daystar, they're all false teachers. They're all prosperity gospel preachers. They're all these word of faith teachers. They're all false. And even some of the big name false ones had left because of the disgrace of what that woman had done. And this is who Marcus Rogers is defending out here. What does the Bible say about delusion? 2 Thessalonians 2:11, therefore God sends them a strong delusion so that they may believe what is false. This is him in a nutshell. Romans 1:18-32, for the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who by their unrighteousness suppress the truth. For what can be known about God is plain to them, because God has shown it to them. For his invisible attributes, namely his eternal power and divine nature, have been clearly perceived ever since the creation of the world in the things that have been made. So they are without excuse. For although they knew God, they did not honor him as God or give thanks to him, but they became futile in their thinking, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Claiming to be wise, they became fools. And there you have Marcus Rogers. 2 Thessalonians 2:10-11, and with all wicked deception for those who are perishing, because they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. Therefore, God sends them a strong delusion so that they may believe what is false. Colossians 2:8, see to it that no one takes you captive by philosophy and empty deceit, according to human tradition, according to the elemental spirits of the world, and not according to Christ. 1 Peter 5:8. Be sober minded, be watchful. Your adversary, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, seeking someone to devour. John 8:44. You are of your father, the devil, and your will is to do your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning and does not stand in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks out of his own character, for he is a liar and the father of lies. 1 Kings 22:23. Now therefore, behold, the Lord has put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these your prophets. The Lord has declared disaster for you. Isaiah 66:4. I also will choose harsh treatment for them and bring their fears upon them, because when I called, no one answered. When I spoke, they did not listen, but they did what was evil in my eyes and chose that in which I did not delight. So I want you to understand, you guys. I don't. I'm dumbfounded. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say anymore. The sad part about this is this guy has got a really large page out here, a really large platform, and he's as false as a $3 bill. He's focused on Hollywood. He's focused on the movie industry. He's focused all in darkness. And now he's come out with this exposed ministry that he's calling it, because he's hooking up with Abednego Lufiel. They're two of the same. They're both walking in darkness and walking in delusion. And they all surround themselves with false teachers. And yet, here's the hypocrisy. They all surround themselves with false teachers, such as the demon slayers. And they will never report or expose anything with them. But yet they say they have an exposed ministry. It's a joke. It's a laugh. It is a lie from their father. And everybody needs to avoid these people. This is not even funny. This is not even funny. These people have been through hell and back, and they don't need some demonic psychosis out here abusing them some more and defending their abusers like this. It is an absolute disgrace what Marcus Rogers is doing out here. And the Lord says, for those who show no mercy will be shown to them. I wouldn't want to be this guy. I wouldn't want to be this guy. So I have Marcus's video in the description so you can hear. It's all about his ego. It's all about vindicating himself. He could care less about these victims. He could care less about them. I think it was it Einstein? Let me check. I think it might have been Einstein. It was Einstein, Albert Einstein. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Was said by Einstein. So Marcus Rogers got himself involved in this because he thinks more of himself than he actually should, number one, and he has this massive ego. And the entire internet attacked him because he has no discernment. He had no business getting involved in anything on this level. He has no discernment. So the entire internet attacked him. And what does he do? He comes out and does the same thing. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. This guy does not appear to be in touch with reality, not at all. So Shane Winning's video is in the description so you can hear what he said. And he says, if anyone says anything different, then because the child can't identify who did it to her, they couldn't just keep it open and not progress any further. If anyone says anything different, they're lying. So Marcus Rogers is a bald-faced demonic liar. And he's not a prophet. And he's not a watchman on the wall. He's demonically deceived. That's what he is. And you all need to move away from this guy. I'm going to leave this here. I have nothing else to say about this.